The question I see a lot of people asking since the announcement of Deadpool 3 with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, or should I say Deadpool and Wolverine, will this movie save the MCU? Welcome back to Fantasy Theory. Let's jump into the question, will Deadpool and Wolverine save the MCU? I feel like I have a few opinions on this, but mostly one that I want to share. Anyway, before we start, leave a like, drop a comment, and let me know if you think this movie could save the MCU, what ways they could do it, or if there's just no hope. Now to start off, what would be the definition of saving the MCU? I feel like it's more of setting things up and executing those things. Marvel fans have been in this cycle of saying we up and we down, we back up and we back down after every movie. Truthfully, there has been a banger of a movie since Spider-Man No Way Home that featured Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield. Some would argue Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness because of all of its insane cameos and story. Some would argue The Marvels. I'm kidding, of course. A lot of people would say Loki, and I could agree with that, but these are movies right now, the ones that go to the big screen that we're discussing. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever was just okay in my opinion, but some people liked it. It was the best it could have been without Chadwick, in my opinion. But truthfully, a movie we are so extremely hyped for was Spider-Man No Way Home. If it's possible, we the fans may even be more hyped for this movie than Spider-Man No Way Home. How do I know this? The trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine broke the most views of the first 24 hours of a trailer. Who was the previous holder? Spider-Man No Way Home. The trailer totaled 365 million views within the first 24 hours. Now, it may be inflated because the trailer premiered during the Super Bowl, and that's when most eyes are on the TV is during the big game. But I would argue it wouldn't be inflated that much. So already there is hype for this movie. Now, the only person that can match a Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield return, besides a Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man or a Chris Evans Captain America, would be the return of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. It's been a long time since we've seen him, and not only that, it will be the first time we see him in the comic-accurate suit, which is huge for fans. This will bring in so many fans and bring back so many fans, and I truly believe in that. This movie should easily cross the $1 billion in profits mark when it comes out. The movie is projected obviously to see not only Deadpool and Wolverine, but a movie that fans have wanted since Deadpool came out onto the big screen. But we did see like Pyro in the trailer, but this is rumored for now. Old members of the Fox X-Men universe. Now, it's been a long time since we've seen some of these characters. Might I add, they will be played by the actors and actresses that portrayed them before. Now, we've already seen the return of Patrick Stewart as Professor X and the return of Beast in Marvels, but people are banking on seeing characters like Cyclops, McAvoy's Professor X, and even Magneto. And those are just to name a few. But if this movie is a banger and does include all the heroes we want to see, can it truly save the MCU? I mean, the MCU has become a shell of its former self, and they are just digging deeper holes with some of the projects they put out recently. But can one movie single-handedly save the MCU? In my opinion, yes. Yes, it can. Here's why. Bringing a banger of a movie to the big screen is a challenge enough, but what it possibly sets up in the future is what will save the MCU. Sure, the movie will be great, but the spin-offs of these characters can keep the MCU alive and back to its great state. They have to swing for the fences though. A great movie might not cut it. They need to make it epic, make it feel like an event, like old movies, like No Way Home was, Infinity War, Endgame. Perhaps this movie will set up X-Men films in the future for the MCU. Wolverine as a main character going forward as well could be a huge setup that people would want to see. It should set up the next Avengers movie. I did hear a rumor that we could see Avengers versus the X-Men instead of Kang Dynasty, and just think of how epic that would be and how much this movie could set that up. Imagine this, even if it's just a hint. Deadpool looks at the screen and says, "You thought that was it? Well, what about RDJs?" And it cuts. People will lose their freaking minds. That's signaling to fans, don't worry, things will be okay for us. We are bringing back people you love. At least most fans will think that. That's just one example. Set up the big bad. Make a clear path, whether it's Kang, Doctor Doom, King Thanos, anybody. And let's see some more multiversal stuff. I feel like we've been in the multiverse saga and we've only seen a few instances with the multiverse. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man No Way Home, the after credit scene of the Marvels, and Loki. But what else? Let Deadpool swing for the fences and set up solo projects we actually want to see. An X-Men film, Wolverine film, Captain America coming back, Natasha coming back, new stories that people will love that is taken inspiration from the comics. At the very, very least, they should set it up while making the movie have its own plot. Don't make this a silly little adventure with no stakes. Even though people will love the movie, it needs to have higher stakes. Why do people love Spider-Man's No Way Home so much? Why do people love Loki so much? They had such high stakes for the future of the MCU. It could save the MCU, and I believe that. The MCU is not unsavable. Disney has already said they will focus on quality over quantity now, and that's what makes the MCU so great. Not with making it and everyone get their own story, but rather the more important franchises, like Bob Iger, Disney CEO, said, get the spotlight. Everything will, of course, give people hope. Good story, good action, good effects, good humor, and so on. As Deadpool says, he is the Marvel Jesus, and I think they know that this is. I don't want to say that this is the last hope, but it's close to it. Basically, in my opinion, they need to set up huge things and make it feel like not just a cash grab or just another silly little self-contained story, but rather an epic story with high stakes. Let the people know there's more to come like this. I expect this movie to do just that. Marvel is well aware of the state it's in, and there's no doubt in my mind they will swing for the fences in this movie. Let me know what you think. Is there any other things they need to do to make this film more of an event and gives fans hope? And save the MCU. I mean, they need at least a 9 out of 10 movie here, but that's just my opinion. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have an incredible day.